Welcome back to Zoo Design Studio Tutorials. Today we will be focusing on transformations. Here we have a handful of tools for repositioning, resizing, repeating geometry without having to rebuild it from scratch. First up, we have translate. So how are we actually going to move around our geometry in space? So I have a simple cube here. I can click on my geometry, hit continue, and maybe I'll move it along the x-axis 10 millimeters. Maybe I also want to move it 5 millimeters along Y, and I can just leave Z at 0. If I wanted to reference the global axis rather than the geometry itself, I could click global here, but we'll just go with 10 by 5, moving it along X and Y. Next up, we have rotation. So a few different ways that we can rotate from here. I'll click on that same box and I can define whatever axis I want to actually rotate along. In this case, maybe I want to rotate along X, and I can say 45 degrees to actually move my geometry. So in this case, we're just defining one axis and defining an angle as well. Depending on how you typically do your rotations, we could also define our XYZ rotation using the roll, pitch, yaw method, also using our global coordinates. I personally think just choosing that axis and defining from there is going to be the simplest, but if we wanted to have more control over each of those axes, we could use this method as well. But I'll go ahead, hit submit, and we can see that 45-degree rotation along X. We can also scale. So I can take that same box, continue, and scale by either a constant factor. So maybe I want to double it in size, so factor of 2 for scaling. Using these arguments here, we can also perform non-uniform scaling. So maybe I want to pull it a little bit more in X, keep it the same in Y, shorten it in Z, things like that. That's where we can go and define exactly what we're looking for. I'll just stick with that simple factor of 2 to make my geometry a bit larger here. Next up, we have cloning. So I can click on that region again and create a clone from here. So it's asking me for a variable name. We're actually creating a whole new body from here. So I can hit continue. It's going to look exactly the same, but if I go over to my feature tree, we see we now actually have 2 bodies from there. So then maybe I actually want to first clone, then translate. So we have the 2 same objects, but different places in space. But in this case, we just have those 2 overlapping bodies that we're working with. Next up, we have mirror. So selecting my region once again. And now I want to mirror maybe along a face, maybe along an edge. Here I actually have this sitting nicely on that X and Y plane. So I actually want to mirror along there. So I'll click that XY plane. And now we can mirror that geometry. We also have appearance. So not necessarily a transformation, but definitely a way to modify the geometry that you're working with. Maybe I'll start with this bottom one down here, hit continue. I can actually choose a color. I'll go with this pink here. Not exactly zoo pink, but maybe not too far from it. And we have some other appearance arguments as well. So metalness, roughness, opacity. This is definitely something that's helpful to play around with. So maybe I want 20% opacity. And now if I hit submit, we've got both a translucent and pinkish geometry that we're working with here. These are controls that Zookeeper can also often help out with if you want to modify your geometry. So again, working with a geometry that already exists, moving it around space, rotating around space, controlling what it's actually looking like as well. That's going to be all accessible here under our transformations. If you have any questions, as always, leave them in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.